I remember when our daughter Ellie, who's 7 now, hit that stage somewhere in her toddler years where she thought she could do everything on her own. And she would get very frustrated with my wife and I if we stepped in and tried to do things for her. So I thought to myself, I don't want to discourage her into thinking that she can't do things, but she needs help. And so a lot of times I think of ways to let her engage so that she could continue to grow and she could partake. And I would step in and take the brunt of it. But she would have some action ability in it. And this is what we see in the middle of the Sea of Galilee. Listen, here's the thing, that the disciples had been rowing for 7 or 8 hours, and they weren't making any headway. It doesn't say that they were getting there slowly. In fact, if you read it in context, it kind of seems like they're actually getting nowhere and maybe even moving back. I mean, they're not going to get to their destination on their own power. It isn't going to happen. And when Jesus comes and everything calms down, he gets in the boat, and then the passage says that the winds stopped. And then they were able to row to the desired shore. And that's like that in our lives. I think sometimes because we have pride, right? And we think we want to be like, we're like my toddler when Ellie was a toddler, right? We want to do it ourselves. And sometimes when Ellie was doing that, she wanted to make us proud. I want to show mommy and daddy that I can do it myself. The problem with it is that she couldn't do it herself. It didn't matter how hard she tried or even how talented that she was. It didn't matter. She was incapable of doing it herself. It's the same thing with us. I think sometimes we want to prove to God that we can row to the other side and make him proud by getting there on our own strength and our own talent and our own wit. But this is wrong. This is not what this passage depicts. If we look again at it, they weren't getting anywhere. You and I aren't getting anywhere on our own. We weren't getting anywhere on our own. We're not getting anywhere on our own. It's we need God to come in and provide his power. That isn't to say that we shouldn't still row. We should still grab an oar, and begin to row in life. We're called to do that. We're called to work hard. We should go to bed exhausted from a full, hard day's worth of work. But we should never lose sight of the fact that any momentum forward, any progress being made isn't in our own power. It's in the power of God. So maybe you've just frustrated yourself trying to impress God. Stop trying to impress God. Instead, lean on him like the Father that he is. The all-powerful Father that's going to supply the power necessary to continue to move forward while we work hard. To recognize in our lives that we are not the power. We are not the source of the power. As much as we might think that we are or want to try, we are not. We don't have the power. God has the power. And if we rely on him and work hard, we're going to see progress. But we must always point to who the real power is, and that is our Father, God. I'm Pastor Jake from the Kingston Alliance Church. This is a sermon devotional based on our sermon last Sunday on Jesus walking across the water. Listen, I hope that you take a minute to like our Facebook page or subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also, visit our website, and certainly, most importantly, perhaps, reach out to me. If you've got a prayer request or any kind of need or just want to have a conversation, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. You can email me, you can text me, you can call me. Heck, you could stop by here on Sundays at 11 a.m. and come worship with us, and that would be fantastic. We'd love to have you in any way that we can be of service to you. We're happy to do so. God bless.